Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another best class setup in Cold War video. Today we are taking a look at one of the other best assault rifles in the game. We took a look at the AK-47 yesterday, and today we are looking at the Fara 83. This class setup is one of the best setups in the game at the moment. You still get that 70 meters of damage range, as well as a 300 millisecond time to kill out to those various ranges, which is absolutely ridiculous in this game. 300 millisecond time to kill is basically the benchmark that you do want to hit a lot of the time. We are of course going to be making a video very soon comparing the AK-47 and the Fara 83 side by side to actually determine which one is the best overall. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss out on that video and any of the Season 3 Reloaded content that is coming up very soon on May the 20th. So let's jump into this class setup here and talk about it a little bit more. So as usual with these class setups, the timestamps are on the video's loading bar and of course in the description, so if you are looking for something specific, make sure you do skip to that section. We're going to start off with, as we normally do, with the secondary here, which is the dual-wield pistols, the dual-wield magnums, of course. The attachments that we do want to go with here are the sound suppressor to start us off with that muzzle flash concealment, moving to the barrel, the task force option to give us damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. The 5mm laser of the SWAT variety, of course, to give us that hip fire accuracy. The magazine, the largest one and the fastest reload with the 12-round fast mag. And then the stock, we want that dual wield option to give us two of these very powerful pistols. We move to the tactical slot. Here we are taking the stim shot, but you can choose whatever you do prefer. This is again up to you. Similar case in the lethal slot, the Semtex is what we're going with at the moment, as I think this is the most satisfying option for getting those sticks. But again, choose whatever you do prefer in this slot. Again, this is one that is up to you. And then lastly, again, something else that is up to you is the field upgrade slot. We like the jammer because it does deny that enemy information. But of course, again, choose whatever your preference is in this particular category. In the wildcard slot, we actually don't need 8 attachments on the Fara 83 to make this thing very powerful. It would be nice, but it's not necessary. So perk greed, having those 6 perks is very strong. Then of course those 6 perks are going to be flak jacket for that explosive resistance, forward intel to give us that extra enemy information on those respawn locations, as well as a slightly larger minimap. The perk 2, we want scavenger and tracker to give us that extra ammunition on people we do kill, as well as tracker seeing those enemy footprints. And then in the perk 3 slot, we want ghost and ninja as the very powerful combination. As we normally do, we always run this class setup. Then the attachments on the Fire 83 are going to be as follows here. This is a very interesting, and there's definitely some room for change here. Our first attachment is going to be the Microflex LED. Now, I definitely don't prefer the iron sights on this thing, but if you've been using the Fire 83 and you actually like the iron sights, especially in Warzone, where they're very similar, and you've been using this thing and you can actually make do with the iron sights, you can take this off and maybe throw in something like a suppressor to get this done, but I don't like the iron sights on this thing, so a Microflex LED is the attachment that I'm going to go with. In the barrel slot, the only option that we can go with that is the best one for this particular class setup is the Liberator for that 100% increase to that bullet velocity. This does take our bullet velocity to 1350 meters per second, which is absolutely fantastic for hit detection. Then in the underbarrel slot, we want that Spetsnaz speed grip for a 5% sprinting movement speed increase, as well as 15% increase to that horizontal recoil control, meaning we can hit the target quite easily with this. Then the handle, that serpent wrap, giving us that 25% increase to that aim down sight speed while not reducing our sprinter fire speed and our shooting movement speed by as much as the Gru elastic wrap. If we take a look here, these stats are quite important, and you don't really get too much out of the flinch resistance, and drop shotting is kind of usable, but it's not the most important thing in the game. So the serpent wrap is still very strong. Then lastly, in the stock slot, we want the KGB skeletal stock to give us that sprinter fire speed increase of 30% and 40% aim walking movement speed increase. Very powerful attachments here. So, as usual, we're just going to jump into some gameplay in the 12v12 playlist. I did try and record this video a little while ago. The microphone wasn't working, but the gameplay, the 12v12 on specific maps is absolutely ridiculous, man. So keep that in mind for a lot of these. This gameplay might not be the best. Okay, if you have not tried the 12v12 playlist on these relatively small maps, man, just go do it because it is so much fun. It came out today. This thing is absolutely absurd. I tried 12v12 on Crossroads Strike before, and it is arguably one of the most ridiculous maps that I've ever played on. I'm serious, man. It is absolutely absurd how many people, how small that map is, just literally sprinting at each other for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at a time. It was ridiculous, man. I don't think I've ever played anything like it in Call of Duty. Maps that are that small, just comedy gold. Comedy gold. I did actually record this video twice because my microphone wasn't recording the first time. I'm going to try and cross here. A little risky. But this is going to be a little risky regardless of how he plays, so it's just one of those things you have to try and go for because this map is, again, this map's quite small as well. This is not a large... little unfortunate at the timing there. He just sort of pushed us and I didn't have a chance. But yeah. This map is also relatively quite small. It is larger than Crossroads Strike, but Crossroads Strike 12v12 is absolutely absurd, man. It is hilarious. Like, just jump into the 12v12 playlist and start messing around in it, see what's fun, see what's good, because this thing, it's so much fun, man. I love it so much. So look at this. We got 3 boys in this one corridor, man. Oh, this is only designed for 6v6 and the boys are just storming. Oh, I love it. Anyway, this class setup is pretty good. Ooh, there's a lot of boys in here. No, that was a bad decision. We're going to struggle a little bit. We're going to struggle a little bit because we don't really remember too much about this map. Of course, I have played it a fair bit, but it's been a little while since we played on Garrison, so... Trying to remember the ins and outs of this thing is a little tricky. This is a good spot, though. Not a good spot. It's bad. It's a terrible spot. Worst spot in the game. I think you'll find that because these maps are so small, you're going to end up with a lot of people just sort of sitting fairly still to try and stay alive, basically. And that's going to be fairly standard across the board for the most part. We try and take that guy. You don't have a grenade. Push up, push up, push up. Let's go, let's go. No. Yeah, for the most part, you're going to find people just sit relatively still on this map because they just won't want to die, so... Yeah, it's a little unfortunate sometimes because of how small these maps are. 12v12 is just goofy. Here we go. He's just going to be out there, just chilling. There's another one. Ooh. Ooh. Stoner 63. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Relatively speaking, you're not going to get the best gameplays a lot of the time unless you can go on a decent streak, get those really strong kill streaks early. It can be otherwise a little tough to get it going for the most... Ooh. Well, look at those dudes just sitting back there. What are those boys up to? I'm gonna go get them. Can I? Okay, this is rough. This is rough here. Oh, they're just gonna keep coming at me. They're just gonna keep coming, so... No! The timing is just bad. The timing is bad. But for the most part, we have control of this middle building and they're going to be stuck outside, which is pretty much what we want. Obviously, I'd like a little bit more action, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Oof, that dude's, like, pre-firing the hell out of me, so... Just going to stick this in here. This game is going to be fast, going to be furious, going to be a lot of fun, man. Look at that guy just peeking up his little dome. Alright, we're going to jump over. We're going to be very aggressive here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this, bro. Alright, we're in. We're going. We were in. We were gone, but we couldn't put it together. These guys are going crazy on this map, man. I can only imagine. When the kill streaks start rolling, this thing is just... Oh, where did you go? Let me out of here. This thing's just going to go absolutely insane. 12v12 worked on a lot of the Modern Warfare maps because the maps were relatively quite large. Like, relatively speaking, they were actually quite large for sort of 12v, like 6v6 maps. They were quite big. But a lot of these maps, man, let's just go for it. He's going to come and we're just going to kill him from behind. Okay, that also works. Hello? Oh. Oh, no. That is so unfortunate. Oh, we're gonna get some streaks rolling here. Ooh. Little pick on Zaza there. That's a good little kill. I'm gonna move up. Take a shot at down there. Nope, nothing there. Ooh, okay. Alright, alright. He got that before I did, which is a little unfortunate, even though he does have more kills than I do, so yeah, that's fair enough. This is ridiculous, man. I imagine 12v12 on Nuketown is just going to be like... What's that guy up to? It's just going to be like a mess. So that's going to be fun. That's something to look forward to, I guess. If you can get into 12v12 Nuketown, you're going to have an absolute ball, man. Like, just like constant kill streaks, constant... Oh, think about how many, like... What is it? The napalm strikes are going to be? Man, that's going to be fun. Move. That guy. A couple of boys coming here. Should reload. There's going to be a guy on the outside. He's coming. Yeah, no. Oh. Oh, you... Okay, we didn't fire the grenade. We didn't fire the grenade. We're good, we're good. But the game's about to end, so... We gotta do some work with this war machine quick.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I got nothing to say about that. I got nothing to say about that, bro. All I know is that is a L. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this, boys. Who did I hurt? Who did I hurt to have something like that happen? Man. I'm a good person. I don't deserve stuff like that to happen. Shot through the smoke. Oh. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. 26 and 10 is an okay game. It's about as good as we could have expected to do. If we had got that grenade launcher going, we would have been absolutely flying in this game. We would have got that harp going. We would have been sorted, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. We're going to have our final thoughts on this class set up in just a second here, but just try the 12v12 playlist. It's so much fun. So as we showed off there, guys, this thing is absolutely insane, and 12v12 playlist on a lot of those smaller maps is absolutely hilariously good fun. You might not get the best kill streaks or anything like that, but you are going to have fun in that playlist regardless of what you do. Anyway, this class setup is a real powerhouse in this game. Again, it's still a bit of a coin flip as to which is the better assault rifle out of the AK-47 and the Fara 83. I'm probably leaning more towards the AK-47, but in a very, very soon video coming up, we're going to be taking a look at these two side by side and comparing them, all the stats and so on. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on, just in case you don't want to miss out on that video. And of course, any other Season 3 Reloaded content that is coming very soon. Thank you very much for watching, as I said, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!